Hello. The 68 fishing quest is called Always a Bigger Fish, given to us by Wawalago, outside of the fishing guild in Limsa Lower Decks. Nothing more to say, really. Here we go. Tip-top timing, Mercy. Reyna's mailed me a missive saying she's wrapped up her research into the shooting stars and is ready to report the results she's reaped. Finally, a clue to help us crack this confounding case. This is no time to tarry. Get yourself to the God's Grip. Why, I think I'll even steal away from Sissipu's spying eyes and scoot on over there with you. God's Grip is part of Lower Lenosha. So, yeah, you can, I think teleporting it's cheap. It's 111. That is with reduced teleportation rates from a free company. You can get into a free company so easily. This free company has never demanded literally anything from me, but I get to take advantage of increased meal duration, reduced teleportation fees, other things that I probably don't get as much benefit from as those. But anyway. We teleported to the Morby dry docks for, I think it was 111 gil. Yeah, 111 gil. It says right there. We have a destination marker, flying to the south a bit. Cutscene. Wawalago joins me in the cutscene. Ho there, Mercy. The ravishing Reyna should be arriving any moment now to regale us with our report. An unknown voice says, 1,000 pardons, Master Wawalago, but I fear there has been a change of plans. My fellow fishing enthusiast has made for Kugane, and I'm here to deliver our findings in her stead. I think it's the dude from Ishgard who has his name I can't remember. And it is. The Elizan male who's like, Anselm. Anselm, I thought you'd be busy keeping that barbarous brother of yours from running roughshod over the disconsolate denizens of your Demesne. Delta E, Mary E, Sam, Nancy E. Demoscene, maybe? I don't know how it's actually pronounced. Indeed, I cannot stay for long, so allow me to share what we have found, which I fear is not as much as we had hoped. We studied the Sprags Mercy caught in hopes of finding some clues as to what afflicts them, but we could identify nothing out of the ordinary, nor is there any sign that aught is amiss in the waters they inhabit. I don't remember the voice I used, or accent I used for Anselm. I thought it was more Western, and I might switch to that after this. Well, that's a right relief, yet baffling and bewildering all the same. If all's well in the waters of the Ruby Sea, whither could the shooting stars have shuttled off to? The other day, I had occasion to speak with an angler acquaintance from Razat Han. As he told it, he's not seen any denizens of the deep matching the Harutsuge's description in his domain either. Which means that whatever it is ails and afflicts them, it's all but certain to be centered around their spawning grounds, striking them when they've scarcely hatched and winnowing their numbers before they can navigate their way westward. A remarkable deduction from one who has scarce left a fisherman's bottom of late, if I have heard true. Remarkable deduction from one who has scarce left fisherman's bottom of late, if I have heard true. If only you could travel to the Ruby Sea and investigate for yourself, there's no telling what you might glean. Would that I could whisk away just like that, but no, if I don't bolt back to my barrel, and briskly, and Sissipu comes to know I've been cooperating with the Sahagin, there's no telling how I'll torture and torment the poor girl. My options are, I want you to come with me, or leave it to me and worry not. Leave it to me and worry not. Wawalago bows his head, smiles, eyes closed. That means more to me than you could know, Mercy, and yet Anselm's argument has a measure of merit. Wawalago, you stubborn, self-absorbed, slack-witted stupid head, we hear shouting. Sissipu is behind us. Wawalago gives a panic, freeze mode. For all your vaunted knowledge of fish in the seas, you don't know a goddamn thing about your closest colleague and confidant. The last thing I want to see is you acting all weaselly and wishy-washy. Her eyes are like kind of watering. Sizzaboo, how in the heavens did you? He's panicking. I followed you, silly. Or did you really think you'd been evading my eyes and ears all this time? And of all the reasons for your ridiculous behavior, this is truly beyond belief. Yes, my home was raided by the Sahagin when I was a child, this is true, but what sort of ignorant fool do you take me for? I know as well as anyone that there are kindly Sahagin in the realm who care only for protecting their clutch. Why would I begrudge you lending one of them your aid? If you wanted to take a leave of absence, all you needed to do was ask. It's not like you do any work around the guild anyway. He, eyes closed, head bowed. Sizzapoo, to think I could be so thick-witted in taking in the thoughts of a lovely lass. And with that, Mercy, I do say it's time to set sail for Kugane. You'll be heartened to hear that I spent a spell in the Far East in my younger years. I'll be on my way in short order. In the meantime, might I ask you a minor favor? Head over to Hingashi ahead of me and engage the local denizens in discourse. See if there's aught you can learn of any anomalies in the Ruby Sea compared to times past. Now that you mention it, Reyna spoke of a fishing village that once had dealings with the Kojin. I believe the village was called Isari. If I can make no promises, but it may be as good a place as any to begin your search. Says Anselm. Isari it is, then. Investigate the village and inquire with its inhabitants, and I'll see you in Kugane when you're through with the task. He turns to Sizzapoo, who nods, and the two of them walk off out of the cutscene. Anselm turns to me. Good to see those two come to an understanding, is it not? In any event, I must return and see that my brother has not done too much damage in my absence. Safe travels, and may your journey to the Far East be a fruitful one. And he turns and leaves. I probably found my thumbnail, I think it's called, in that exchange somewhere with Wallago panicking, probably. But, you can get to Kugane via Limsa, and then to the Ruby Sea via a 200 gil teleport. I just did this on a previous quest. I think it... Oh, it was for fishing, wasn't it? Yeah. But I'm going to use a free teleport token instead of paying 998 gil to just teleport directly to Onokoro in the Ruby Sea zone. Okay, what are these quests just for... There is a plus quest here, knocking on heaven's door. Let's see what that gives while we're at it. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. You must first clear floor 50. Oh, okay. I haven't done any Palace of the Dead. Okay. Interesting. A fledgling fisherman we talked to first. I hear that in the old days, Isari fishermen would venture out into the open seas in hopes of hooking all manner of marvelous catches. Nowadays, there is little point in venturing far beyond the coastal shallows, where the vast majority of fish reside. Now that you mention it, I also recall hearing tales from my father of a festival held in years past, where we would welcome outsiders to Ishari in a celebration of the art of fishing. Though of the details, I fear I remember little. A languid lass. When I was just a little girl, my father would invite his Kojin friends to dine with us. They'd bring all manner of strange-looking fish from the depths. At first, I was hesitant to taste them, but I soon found out they were quite delicious. But I was only a small child then, and my memories are hazy at best. Perhaps one of the older villagers may be able to tell you more? And there is an older villager down here on the sand. Indeed, there was a time when our village had regular dealings with the Kojin, though there was much less gray in my hair when this was so. Yes, I dare say some 25 years have passed since then. In those days, Isari was known for the Wadatsumi Festival. That's W-A Delta A Tom Sam U Mary I. A grand event held once each year. Isari fishers and Kojin alike would join together to ensnare the giant plesiosaurs that disturbed the waters and offer them in tribute to the kami of the sea, that calm might return to the oceans. Then the Garleans came, and traditional religious observances were abolished. The Wadatsumi Festival, now a thing of the past, our once close bonds of friendship with the Kojin faded over the years. The Kojin particularly enjoyed a certain fish found only in the glittering basin of Yangtze, the dafangshi, if my memory serves. It was a regular offering of this delicacy that convinced them to join us in our festivities. But that was a long time ago, and our village has become much more insular since then. These days, there is scarcely anyone in Insari who remembers what a dafangshi looks like, let alone how to snare one. We're going to Kugane for 200 gil, which I will gladly pay. It's nothing. Oops. I don't know why I did that. We cannot mount. We will take the Aetheryte to the west. Save some time. Shiokaze Hostelry, I think that's called. Yeah, Shiokaze Hostelry. We have a red circle. We found Wawalago. And Reyna. Ah, to smell the smoothing sea breeze with a buxom beauty at my side. This is the life, isn't it, Mercy? Oh, but I forgot myself. Did you find out anything of our fish in your foray to Isari? I explained what I found. A fishing festival that featured the feeding of giant plesiosaurs to the deities of the deep, you say? Give Wawalago a moment to mull that one over. But of course, it's not a sullying of the seawater that's responsible for the shooting star's plight, but rather the proliferation of a predator who preys upon them. Allow me to explain and elucidate. I have some passing familiarity with this plesiosaur of which the man spoke. More fiend than fish, suffice to say, it feasts on smaller fry with utterly fearsome ferocity. When the festival was in full swing, Isari fishermen and their Kojin friends hunted the hunters, as it were, leaving smaller swimmers of all stripes, the Haratsuge, for one, to persist and prosper. Now that it's fallen out of fashion, the plesiosaurs rampage and run rampant, devouring the fledgling fish in the sea before they can reach full maturity. All we need to do is restore and revive this tradition, and the situation is as good as solved. Sorry. But from what Mercy says, that would require the cooperation of the Kojin. How are we to get them to agree, with not a single angler in Isari able to catch this dafangshi that they so favor? Haha, a trifling task, my lovely lass. If the Isari are incapable of doing the deed, we need simply snare a dafangshi or two ourselves. Surely this is well within the powers of puissant piscators like ourselves, is it not? Reyna and I will go and grab a young gov, and we will gather again in Yangtze. Okay. Yangtze is... Can you get... I think you have to go from Ruby Sea to Yangtze. If you want to do it the cheap way. Otherwise, it's 337 to teleport with the teleportation reduction, so just bear that in mind for every gil amount I say in this video. I'm going to use a ticket, because I can. Because why not? Again, get Blue Mage to... mine is currently 72 or 3, and I don't even have all the spells you can learn up to level 70. And still able to get the weekly targets, as it kind of... I think that's kind of what they're called. Of the masked carnival. Okay, so we teleported to Namai in Yangtze. We'll talk to Wawalago here on this land bridge to continue. Ready to get fishing, friend? Remember, a couple of these Dafangshi are all we need to bring the festival back in fashion and see the Haratsuge flourish. But there's one thing that worries old Wawalago. The old fisherman said there wasn't an angler in all of Asari who knew aught of how to catch one of them. That got me to thinking. Perhaps a simple line and lure won't suffice to snare one of the specimens we seek, and so I was listening to the locals who shared some intriguing information in response to my inquiries. The Dafangshi are said to reside in the Glittering Basin, but it seems they're ever a cautious and chary creature, and few are the fellows who have actually laid eyes on the fish. So I sought out the guidance of a grizzled old angler, who said that he was hunting for an ichthyosaur. Near the sunken junk, when he espied the shadow of a Dafangshi in the distant depths. If they're scared of swimming near the surface, diving deep and trying your hand with a trident like our friend Gov might afford you an advantage. In any event, it seems knowledge of the truth of oceans should at least give you a place to start. And with that, I'd best be getting off to the Glittering Basin as well. Godspeed and good luck in reeling in those Dafangshi, and I look forward to greeting you when you've triumphed in the task. I do have Truth of Oceans active. I have spearfishing. Let's look this up. Boo 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 boo. Do. Dafangshi. Since it's a quest fish, I'm sure there's plenty. 7 ichthyosaurs in level 70 teeming waters. They will be faster, large-sized fish. Every ichthyosaur you catch past 7 will highlight a swimming shadow node on your mini-map. Interesting. Your Dafangshi will be in the swimming shadows as medium-sized fish. So Glittering Basin, level 70. Where is the Glittering Basin? Yeah, there, okay. So we fly southwest to the Glittering Basin. Amongst these incredibly tall pillars of stone, through this wall that had been blocked off but was opened. Can't go down yet. Interesting. Where are the darn depths? This is all too shallow. Okay, hold on. This is interesting. I didn't expect not to have depths here. Is it? $11.35? Wow. Like, the Glittering Basin is here. Why am I being told to go to the actual, like, mercantile docks and the actual, like, ocean? Whatever. Here we go now. Here we go now. That's level 70. Somebody is like, yeah, this is a level 68 class quest, but you can't do it until 70? That's weird. So ichthyosaurs are large and fast. That seemed like large and fast. Whoops. There's one. Might as well grab some more while we're at it. That was large and medium speed. Large and medium. Interesting. I don't think I have a thing that allows me to, like, find the nearest next. Which is really annoying. It's really annoying not having that. But here's another level 70 teeming water. Medium fast. 2 medium fast, large fast. Wait, no, dang it. Dang it. No, I got an ichthyosaur though. There was just 2 of them. I think that's it. Okay. Okay, yeah, you kind of just swim around until you find another. Yeah. Large and medium, fine. Oop, large fast. Did I get shouting? What just said? Large fast. Oh, that's medium, I guess. Okay, so still no. They're saying that it'll pop up on my mini map, like one of those sparkling things, just like if you're doing botany and you have Truth of the Forest on. How many have I caught? Not enough. Is the oh shoot! Dang it! Just don't go for the smaller ones, dude. Must be fast and big. That's what she said. I need 3 more. Dang. I think it was medium. They were both mediums. Ah! That wasn't one anyway. Still need 3 more. Dang. $70? Oh, 65. I don't need the 65, but I'm kind of curious. They're probably fish I haven't caught yet, so. Hopfish. Rings a bell a little bit. Another hopfish. Slow and medium. Warty wartfish. That actually might have been on my list. I have a list of things I want to catch. Ooh, slow and big. Light scale. Ah. Common bitterling. Okay. I might be going too far to the east. We'll see here. Yeah, I'll do another 65 just because I can. And I'll head back to the west. $50 summer cod. All of these can be gauntlet crab. I needed that. I remember that. No, wait, I already got that one. Wait, no, it's on my list. A lot of experience points coming in. I think, yeah, I have to wait till 76 to get the new accessories on. Okay, so done with the 65s, just kind of toying around with them. How deep can I, how south can I go here? Oh, that's it, okay. I was correct that the more westerly teeming waters were the 70s. Large and fast. That was medium. Medium. I gotta wait for a large and fast. I need to, I'm done with everything else. I just need to wait for a large fast. I want to get my 3 more. That's medium. Large fast. Yeah. 2 more. Medium. Yongxian tiger prawn. Awesome. Cool name. Here we go. Can I zoom out and get? Oh, yeah, not a whole lot. I was almost entirely zoomed out of my mini map, but why did the other one? Oh, because it was lower down. The mini map does give you like an arrow that will show like elevation. Some of them sparkle. When they sparkle, I guess that's like their big ones. Come on, give me a large fast. Tengu fan. That sounds new. Sparkly. Really? Not a single large fast on this? Suck. Suck, dude. There's an old pirate ship, or oh, that's a wooden masted ship. See the down arrow? That means it's lower than I am. How the down arrow goes away when I get on its elevation. Give me something large and fast. Oh shit. I probably couldn't have caught both of them, to be entirely honest. There we go. There's 7, right? Yeah, baby. Double? Yeah, baby. Hell yeah. Cool. That's cool. That's the first time I've ever seen something light up. That's new to me. I like that. That's good stuff. Spam risk. Bye-bye. Alright. I don't know what I'm going for here. Oh, there's a Defangshi. Aren't they medium? Yeah. It said they were medium. There we go. Got 3. Medium size, medium speed. What else did I catch? Oh, just there were Fangshi and Defangshi. Interesting. And a snipe eel. A couple snipe eels. Cool. Alright. Hell yeah. We want to go... Ooh. That's slightly faster, because it gets us out of the water. We'll just go straight south, basically. I'm hoping to do 2 cooking videos as well today, so... I think I'll be able to do it. I don't see why I wouldn't. This quest, you know, it took a while to gather the ichthyosaur and then blah blah blah, but... Okay. Doman Bubble Eye. Looks like a goldfish, but red. Tengu Fan. River Bream. Oh, wait, hold on. Stewed River Bream. I don't think have I made those? Doesn't ring a bell. Oops, okay. Where are you, Wawalago, or whomever yeah, Wawalago. They're not as far south, but probably, or east, but pretty close to south, like really southeast in this zone. Along the ocean bank? I don't know. From the gleam in his eye and the grip on his trident, I gather Gov's got a good thing going here. Sorry. How fare you in your fishing efforts? Draw on the truth of oceans and hunt down those ichthyosaurs near the sunken junk. Hand over... I got 6 Defangshi? Well, I hand over 3. I caught a lot of fish. Spearfishing is very fast, and you catch a lot of things. Fine fishing, Mercy. Yes, these are Defangshi, beyond a dream of a doubt. They make themselves manifest while you are engaging your eyes on other fish, you say? Curious comportment, indeed. Any road, I'm relieved to report that Gov spearfishing has also proved a spectacular success. With this, we should have enough to reel in the Kojin, figuratively speaking, and entice them to engage with the Asari anew. So let's carry our catch back to Asari and convince the villagers to let us carry on with the plan we've contrived. Here's hoping they're just as delighted with this development as we are. If I might trouble you with a trifling task, Mercy, I'd ask you to go alone. After all, Asari's only just been freed from the fetters of the Empire, and its residents are surely only still acclimating themselves to the arrival of outsiders. For my part, I'll stay behind and see if I can't spear myself a few more Defangshi for our Kojin friends. Though we have ourselves quite a haul already. The more the merrier, eh? Why don't you wander back to Asari and share our catch with that Jiso chap? You can journey to and join us in Tamamizu when you're through. Okay, dude. Onokoro is 227 with the reduced teleport fees. I'm just gonna pay it. Again, join a free company. They're easy, generally. I've never had to do anything for a free company. I feel like I probably will, because I want to do... What are they called? It starts with the Claw in the Dark. The, I think they're 8-man. Like the AAC light heavyweight M1 and up from there. I tried just queuing for it, and the queue was really long, even for a healer, which is what I feel most comfortable doing generally. It was really long. I waited 15 minutes and still not. So maybe my free company does it weekly. I don't know. Here's Jisho. the older of the three we talked to previously. I would like nothing more than to revive the Watatsume festival, but the Kojin will never entertain our plea, not without an offering of Dafangshi at least. I have 6. Do you want my 6? We hand over a basket of Dafangshi. Key item. That was just made by Wabalago, I guess. Why, these are Dafangshi. You went all the way to Yongxi to catch these for us? I have no words, friend. You are far too kind and a far more worthy fisherman than I. To think that I would live to see the day when Isari emerged from the shadow of the Empire to reclaim the glory of our past. I will round up the young ones. We must begin preparations for the festivities at once. He hands me something. In the meantime, pray deliver the Dafangshi to the Kojin in my stead, and with my fondest regards. This should go far toward reforging the bonds of friendship that our peoples once shared. Okay. I'm going to the place I thought I would, Tamamizu. I will not use a ticket because it's only 70 gil. In Tamamizu, we have Ukimono again. Welcome back, friend. Gov says you come bearing a gift from the village of Isari. Dare I hope that it is what I think it may be? Hand over the basket of Dafangshi. Cutscene. This might be where I take a picture for... Yeah, I think it will. Why, I've not seen a hall of Dafangshi like this in I know not how many years. It would be my honor to join you in reviving the festivities of old. Yeah, sure. Let's take this. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody's here except for, Sisapu, because she's not really in this part anyway. Although, I kind of did say I liked a previous... Yeah, we'll do the previous one. There is, however, but one rub. I am ashamed to admit this, but I am somewhat younger than my appearances might suggest, and my knowledge of the Watatsumi is limited at best. All I ask is for time. All I ask for is time. Time to seek the wisdom of my elders and bring my brothers and sisters around to your cause. Worry not, there are many here in Tamamizu with fond memories of the olden days. If there is anything I can do to help, you need only speak the word. I will do anything to see the shooting stars, the Haratsuge, return to the seas as soon as possible, says Gov, obviously. I too will do aught I'm able to see this festival as a smashing success. First things first, I'll head back to the guild and gather all the knowledge I can glean. Yes, I dare say that right on my desk sits a comprehensive compendium on fishing festivals from Eorzea to the Far East. There's bound to be something illuminating writ within. He leaves the cutscene. Then for my part, I'll head back home and see if Anselm has anything enlightening to share. Besides, he'd never forgive me if he found out we were having so much fun without him, says Reyna. Mercy, why don't you head back home with Master Walago? And Gov, you seem to be on good terms with the Kojin. Why not help recruit more of them to the cause? Till we meet again, my friends. I nod. She leaves the cutscene as well, as it fades to black. You could do a free teleport to your hometown, which should be your favorite destination, Gold Star, and then fly to Limsa if it's not your hometown. So I'm gonna spend. What's that sound? Oh, it's somebody's got one of those mana cutter, I think it's called. I took that out of my favorite mounts because I just don't like it. I'm sorry. So have I made whatever the river bream has? Stewed river bream. I have not. It's level 70. So I will keep. I mean, I could get rid of 13 of them. But yeah. Anywho, back to what I was doing. Fishing hills is where we are going. Your face is chilled. Wait, I thought he would be back, next to Sisapo, but we go to Wawalago to turn in the quest. Back so briskly, are you? I'm happy to have your help, of course, but I dare say you're more than deserving of some rest and relaxation after all your toils and travails. What say you practice your piscatorial skills while I pry further into the particulars of this Watatsumi festival? After all, when the time comes, you'll want to be ready to fish and fish as you've never fished before. He hands over a level 67 fishing rod, 99 silkworms, 2,227,500 experience points, and 4267 gil. And we choose... I'll choose a perception plus 10 materia, but your other options are gathering 10 and GP 6. Fishing level 75. Fishing level 75. What's baited breath and why didn't it pop up on my bar? Is it a trait? It's not a trait. What? At level 70, via a quest, I'm assuming we get enhanced GP regeneration rate? I love it. Hell yeah, dude. I wonder how that... This botany kind of gets... But anyway, I got an action that I haven't found. Where'd it go? Baited breath, okay. Why didn't it populate on my bar? Holds your breath and reduces the wariness of near... Oh. So you want to use it. It's 300 GP, but I guess it would mean that you can catch more fish per node when spearfishing. Interessante. I wonder if because it didn't pop up on my... just my action bars as it normally would for a new thing. I wonder if it just like pops up in the actual menu or like the little mini game of spearfishing. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time for whatever mine you watch next. Bye bye for now.